Hi everybody, this is a quick video to show you how to bring into Design Space the new SVG to create the little handbag style packaging for 8 cell clamshells. It's also something you can use, I think, if you make it bigger as a general gift bag. I made one quite large, as big as it would go on A3, and it's lovely. Okay, so there it is. I'll bring it in and just zoom out so we can see it all. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the scores, and then we'll talk about what each piece is. So as usual with my SVGs, the lines that need converting to scores all live in this first group in the layers panel over here on the left hand side. So you just click on the name of that group, which is the second line down in your layers panel. And that selects everything in the group. It selects all the lines that need to be converted. And then you go over to your operations menu at the top left hand corner here, click on basic cut and go down to score. And you can see that those lines are converted now. And while that group is still selected, go back to your layers panel and up at the top, click on this symbol, which is ungroup. The next step is to select all the coloured cut pieces on screen, which is the second group in your layers panel. So just scroll down until you see another little downward pointing arrow like that, which means it's a group. Because if you click on the side of that, you can see you can collapse or open the group. So you just click on that row there and it selects all the cut pieces on screen. And all you need to do here is ungroup them. So back up to the top and click ungroup. And then, as with all multi-part SVGs, you can see that in your layers panel, you've still got a group. You have to ungroup a third time. So you just click on that group and ungroup a third time. And now everything is an individual piece. And you can go ahead and attach your scores. The simplest way to do that, I think, is to click on screen somewhere near a piece, drag a box to enclose it, go back to your layers panel at the bottom and choose attach. And you're going to do that for every piece on screen that has score lines. Oops. I'm just going to move these out of the way because they clearly haven't got any scores. It'll just be easier to work if they're a little bit further away. And you can see that you don't actually need to draw a box all the way around the outside edge because my paths are compound paths. You just need to make sure you get that little cut within the piece itself and the scores. You just need to be touching those things and then you'll attach all of them. And then when it moves, everything moves together. Same with this. Get the little cut here and the scores on the piece. And these are the handles. You're probably going to cut those together, so I would just take those and attach them together like that. The trim, obviously, there are no score lines on there, so you don't need to attach any scores. Okay, so quick run through of what each piece is. You do get a PDF of instructions with the SVG showing you how, excuse me, showing you, yeah, with a diagram telling you which each piece is, but we'll just quickly go through. This is the bag front, which is common to every version of it that you'll make. This is the solid bag back with a rounded flap that comes over the front. Then you get the solid one with a more square flap. Then you get separate pieces for the back sections so that you can make your lid out of something in a contrast colour if you want. So that's the bag back bottom half, and these are the flaps that would attach. I'll just show you quickly. They would attach like that to make a piece which looks just like that, but you can cut them from two separate bits of card, so it means you get a nice contrast effect. And down here we've got all the different bits of trim you can use. This one is used to trim, bring it to the front, to trim this squarer flap. This one is used to trim the rounder one if you want to. It's just optional. They're all different choices you can make. This one is used to trim the bag front if you want to. You've also got these, which I think look really nice. Just bring those to the front again. Which you can use just to trim the corners. They look really effective. These up here are the different versions of a little buckle that you would put on. Just gonna bring all those to the front. And the reason you get two shaped ones really like that is when you, let's just zoom in. When you put this on your bag, it actually goes on this way around if you're using this one and you position it like that around the little cutout flap. But obviously, if you're using a trim, that buckle won't fit. So you do get this separate little buckle. Calling it a buckle, it's just a piece of trim. It doesn't do anything. It's just to make it look pretty, which then does fit. And obviously you'd probably put those in the same colour, but it fits on the lid alongside the trim if that's what you want to use. So when I think it's best to do that, set all the scores and everything and create a project. So you would go up here, or however you do it on your device, and you'd save it with whatever name you wanted, clamshell handbag. And then every time you come to use it, all the pieces are there ready for you to use. But then if I'm making it, what I do is I decide which kind of bag I'm making. So I'm always going to need the front, and then I might use these for the corners. Oh, I didn't mention the handles. You get two different styles of handle. Some that fit, if I just bring those to the front again. Some that fit on the front flap like that. And these actually stick together, and then they make a little handle that attaches with these tabs on the side. It's quite nice actually. I like both of them. They both give a different look to the bag. Right, so I might decide, I'll decide I'm going to use these handles, and I'm going to make a solid back with this one, and I don't want any trim, so I'm going to use this buckle. And then just while I'm cutting that bag, I would actually delete everything, and I'd make my bag. Well, I'll just show you what that looks like when you do it. This one will fit on A4. Everything will fit on A4. You just need to be a little bit careful where you position your paper. So if you're cutting this, put your A4 paper on your standard mat, but just move it a few millimeters over to the right hand side, and then you've just got a little bit more to play with on this side. This one, rotate it, and then it easily fits on A4. Those are the bits of trim that looks like they're coming at a different colour. I'll check the SVG before I upload it, but I'm just going to make those all that colour for the sake of it. I'll just do that again. So they will almost certainly cut from an A4. Yeah, this one we've already talked about. You're going to use A4. You can't choose it. It says it won't fit, but it will. It absolutely will. I think you've got about 6 millimeters to play with. And with this one, yeah, you're just going to rotate it, and that easily fits on A4. So 2 A4s and a bit of trim. Just going back to that one there, you could probably do a more economical cut if you maybe interlocked that like that, and then pop that there, and then pop that there, and put that one there maybe. Yeah, just squeeze it up so you're not using quite as much material. Okay, I hope that helps. It looks like quite a complicated SVG, but I don't think it is really. It's just that you've got all these little twiddly bits of trim and the options to make a two-piece back in case you want a contrast lid. But if you've got any more questions that aren't answered by the PDF of instructions that you get with your download, don't hesitate to drop me a line either via Etsy or Facebook. I'm always happy to help. If you've just stumbled across this video on YouTube and you haven't got the SVG, there's a link in the description where you can click to buy it if you want it. Okay, thanks a lot. Bye.